Actually, like as you said, like for experience, I worked in Shapoorji Pallonji. Like I had a dream of starting entrepreneurship. That's why I chose construction. Like if you take IT industry or any other industry, like you have to come to tier one city to work. But construction, you can work in any of the city. Like a lot of projects are there. Like we have done past, like in 1 year we have done three big projects. Around one project it was around 8 crores. One project it was around 12 crores, and one more project is coming up. There it is coming around 6 crores. So it's mixed commercial for a wedding purpose. So this is a market like people doesn't know. Like when it comes to civil engineer, they will cater only for a 60-40 sites luxury villa. So I talked about healthcare, I talked about marriages, I talked about real estate, I talked about builders, and I talked about developers also. Like there are a lot of opportunity, so where you can cater your services and grow in industry.
I think this mixed commercial building, right? Before it was not looked as an advantage.
Yeah.
Do you see a future where, like you said, AI, this kind of technology based, is being adapted in a smaller town also?
Yeah.
And how many years
So
are you
not
thinking?
been adapting, it is started adapting.
It started now.
Yeah.
So in how many years do you think it will be like how it is right now in Bangalore, let's say?
Yeah, like I guess through this fast AI technology, 2 to 3 years, everything will work.
Hello and welcome to Ascent's Concrete Edtalks podcast number 6. I'm very glad today that I am in a presence of one of my good friends, as well as a very good personal in terms of construction industry in India. Before we go further, let me introduce myself. I'm Niyanth Vashist. I'm the co-founder and executive director at Ascent School of Construction Business. And with me, I have Mr. Harshavardhan. And before I give or I tell anything about him, let us hear from his own words about himself. So Harsha, welcome to Concrete Edtalks. And this is the podcast that we have been doing for almost a year now. And I'm very glad and I'm very honored to have you with me. So kindly give a small introduction of what you are, what is your background, and just go ahead and can start.
Hi Niyanth, first of all, I'm grateful to be a part of this podcast. So my bachelor's was in Dayanand Sagar Engineering College in Bangalore, and my master's was in NICMAR in Advanced Construction Management. So we are into interiors and construction now. So I started my journey 3 years back. So first year we started with Radhakrishna Constructions, where Radhakrishna Construction does designing and consultancy, where we do designing for projects and consultancy for some of the projects. Secondly, we have one more firm called Krishna Intex. Intex means like interiors and exteriors. Here we do execution of interiors and exteriors. So apart from that, we have a UPVC fabrication factory, where we have taken a dealership of a company called Prominence.
Okay.
So it is one of the leading brand in UPVC factory.
So before getting into entrepreneurship, what was your, or did you have any experience in, let's say, a corporate world? Because see, in India at least, everyone tells work in the company first, get to know how it works, and then you start your. So what was your experience in the corporate world?
So from NICMAR, I got my first job in Shapoorji Pallonji Private Limited, where I was working for a IIT Hyderabad project, where it was around 450 acres of a campus, around 800 crores of project, where we dealt with various projects like hostel building, auditoriums, school buildings, dining hall, etc.
Alright, that's great.
So now tell me, Harsha, if you have, let's say your background has been in construction from day one, but also other cities, probably Mysore, Belgaum, Shimaga, Chitradurga, Raichur. So we have bigger hubs, Belgaum, Hubli, Dharwad, which is a very huge hub. Mangalore, which is a very huge hub. So there are a lot of hubs creating in Karnataka itself, where not just entrepreneurship, but just in terms of construction, it is diversifying. 10-15 years back, we were talking construction means only Bangalore. So now, if I just have to give you a small understanding, I think I'm pretty sure our listeners also will be surprised. The tallest building in Karnataka being constructed is not even in Bangalore. It's in Mangalore, around 62 floors, correct? And Bangalore, we have nothing above 50 floors. The tallest one which is coming is Presidential Towers. So the challenge here is, before I ask you, like, how do you get into those kind of entrepreneurship in tier 2, tier 3 cities? I also want to know, what did you feel, or what do you feel about the potential in just Karnataka?
Actually, like as you said, like for experience, I worked in Shapoorji Pallonji. Like I had a dream of starting entrepreneurship. That's why I chose construction. Like if you take IT industry or any other industry, like you have to come to tier 1 city to work. But construction, you can work in any of the city.
Correct.
So like fortunately due to COVID, like I have to resign my company because there was a lot of cases coming up. So after that, I came back to my hometown to start my own business. So like what are the challenges what I faced in my hometown in starting is in construction, especially like client awareness and education. So in tier 1 city, there are a lot of architects, lot of builders and big companies to take care of a customer. But in tier 3 city, there are no like builders, big builders or a reputed kind of interior contractors. So there is no awareness or education for a client. So it is one of the most obstacle to grow in construction in tier 3 and tier 2 cities. So that is one topic. And second thing is a resource constraint, right? Like from past decades, there have been a conventional kind of a building materials. For example, like we have worked for a Montessori schools, where I have to convince a client to go to autoclave aerated blocks, which is normally called AAC blocks. Why AAC blocks apart from red bricks? So one thing, like the dead load of a building can be reduced, so it can be budget friendly. Second thing, it is like a school building, so they wanted to fast construction. By using AAC blocks, there will be fast construction in the project. Third thing, as AAC blocks comes in 2 feet, so there are less number of mortar joints.
Correct.
Where number of cracks would be reduced as compared to red bricks.
Correct.
So these are the like starting, the client was not initially agreeing this, like he has seen red bricks from decades. So
I think in tier 3 cities, concrete blocks are new.
yeah, concrete
and
blocks.
and that is a smaller size compared to AC. AC is
Yes,
600.
yes,
Right?
So that is one of your reasons, or are
Yeah.
there any other reasons, or
So
any
these are
other
3 major things: fast construction, quality, and budget friendly.
project? That's good. Now let's come into the core understanding, right? So today we are going to be talking about entrepreneurship. Today we are going to talk about if you want to start, how is the industry, how do you go ahead, and who better to learn that from a real-time entrepreneur, right? So when you start your entrepreneurship journey, right, can you just give in terms of a summary in the last 3 years, what has been, let's say, your biggest accomplishment in the last 3 years? What kind of projects? How many projects? I will not ask the revenue. That's between you and the income tax. But I'll ask about probably what is the growth that you are looking at.
So like in first year, we have done around 10 projects. And in second year, we have done 135 projects. So this is a third year where we have completed almost 100 projects. So still 3 months left for a financial year. We are targeting around 150 plus projects. So
What kind of projects is this? Is a mixture of all kind of projects.
So majorly we do commercial kind of a projects. You take any sector, you name hospital, healthcare sector, we are doing hospitals. You take education sectors, we are doing schools. You take wedding sector, we are doing commercial like convention hall, we are doing lodges, we are doing resorts, everything. You take you take any clothes store also we are doing projects for clothing.
Okay. So the next thing is, so what are the locations that you are choosing?
So we have been covering around 15 towns and 3 plus states: Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. And we are working with top brands also. Like starting, we were doing from B2C. Now we started doing from B2B kind of structure, where we are working with ISKCON Raichur, we are working with Max Cloth Stores, we are working with Girias, we are worked on Suzuki showrooms, and we are worked with Bridgestone, and a lot of things are coming up. Like we are working with Montessori schools
So
also.
what do you see the difference between, let's say, a B2B or a B2C?
So B2B, what happens like as a tier 2, tier 3 city, right? Like big projects we cannot expect from a B2C kind of a customer, and it won't be regularized, organized. Like if you take B2B, like drawings are organized, so payment structure is organized, and quality wise they are organized. Like everything will be organized, and we can do professionally into B2B compared to B2C.
Now, when you started, what was actually your inspiration to start?
Actually, in tier 2 and tier 3 city, lot of market is untapped. So like if you want to build a you are like big shot in tier 2 city, you want to build a luxury flat, but you don't have any kind of architect or any engineer to build. So again you have to refer tier 1 city, like it might be Bangalore or Hyderabad. So here the architects are filled with local projects only. But I found the market where there is a lot of requirement for architect or engineer. So that was a major inspiration where I find to start your entrepreneurship in tier 2 or tier 3 city.
Now, see, when you start any businesses, not just construction, any startup for that matter, it always comes with a lot of challenges, internally or externally. Correct? So, can I know what kind of challenges did you face specifically when you started? I'm not talking about the franchisee or the dealership that you have. I'm talking about the construction firm that you have, right? So, what were the specific challenges that you faced?
So, in any construction project, building a portfolio is a very big thing. For example, you wanted interiors to do. You ask like, sir, show me the what are the other projects you have executed, right? So my family background comes where my father was not in this construction field. He was a bank employee. So starting from zero, from scratch, it is a very difficult thing. So building a portfolio. So now we have like 100 plus projects to showcase, and 10 plus sectors, and 10 plus towns, 3 plus states to showcase our projects. So initially it was not the same thing. So building a portfolio, it requires some years to do. Somehow fortunately we have acquired that portfolio in 3 years only. This is a major thing. So second thing, it comes to designing cost. So if you see in tier 1 city, like designing costs are high. It might be some 3-digit per square feet, or it might be in percentage, or it might be per visit charge. But designing cost in tier 2 and tier 3 city is very less. Like people are not even willing to pay designing cost, and they want like luxury kind of a building for a free of designing cost. So that was a major obstacles. Like if you see, if you are a tier 1 city, if you want to outsource a designing cost from tier 2 city, it will be easy. But you are being a architect or engineer in tier 3 city, like hiring designers from a tier 1 city and taking fees for tier 3 city, and giving outsourcing or giving fees to tier 1 city, it was a very difficult thing. But somehow I used to manage on my own. Like some of the things we outsourced. And one more thing, knowledge and experience, what you get in like theoretical knowledge in college, that will be not even sufficient for a person to grow in a site. For example, like we are working in health sector, we are working in FMCG sector, we are working in automobile sector, we are working in education kind of a sector, we are working in resorts, we are working for temples. Like if you want to work in this many sectors, like lot of experience is needed and lot of knowledge is also needed. So somehow due to like online education post COVID, like I have learned lot of things from online, and lot of I have went through like lot of like upskilling my skills and softwares also.
Right.
So it was my like journey where I went through all these obstacles. Yes.
And it will never stop also.
Yes.
See, this is something common between all those who are serious.
Yes.
Like I've also met hundreds of top management people, and I ask them, what are you doing nowadays? They're like, I'm learning this new thing.
Yeah.
And they're always excited about learning, which students are never excited about. Most of the students are like, the same sentence will be like, I'm learning that.
Yeah.
but that entire passion to learn comes when you want to grow.
Yeah.
And it is never the degree.
Yeah.
It is never reputed schools, colleges. That is secondary. Most of the people that I know are learning from YouTube.
Yes.
Or from some mentor in the industry. I'm pretty sure you also have some mentors, right?
So I feel like learning through YouTube might not be a good kind of learning, because we don't know who is teaching, what is his background. Like there are very fake mentors in YouTube also.
Correct.
Like learning systematically, taking like courses online from a reputed institute, like it might be Ascend, what you are giving. Like the faster you can learn.
That's true. See, I agree that a reputed institute will do the research before
Yes.
telling anything, which a YouTuber cannot.
Yeah.
Or might not. I'll not say everyone, but some. The reason why YouTube is growing in terms of learning is because it's free,
Yes.
which a reputed institute cannot provide.
Yeah.
Correct? Now coming to, let's say, the businesses, right? When we talk about businesses, we spoke about challenges, which you clearly mentioned. These are the challenges, right? Now let's look at once you have completed the challenge, because if you only talk about challenge, that means no one will go to those cities because it is tough. So there must be something good also in those cities, right? So when we talk about what is good, because even I come from a tier 2 city, and I've seen the growth of my city very much, 10x in the last 20 years. So when we talk about growth, that means there are opportunities and potential, right? So let's talk about that. So when we talk about tier 2, tier 3 cities, I'm pretty sure if it's working in Karnataka, it is going to work in other states in India also. Of course, the potential might be different,
Yeah.
depending on which state you are.
Yeah.
But there is always a potential in tier 2, tier 3. So let's talk about the opportunities that you have, the growth that you can get in the tier 2, tier 3 city market of a state.
So post COVID, there is a lot of opportunity for healthcare sector and education sector. So we are working with two of the hospitals now. One of them is completed. One we are working with. So post COVID, lot of healthcare is like focusing about building an hospital in tier 2 and tier 3 city, because what was the cases in post COVID, right?
The second wave, especially.
Yeah. So like I come from a small tier 3 town called Manvi, where like in past 1 year, like 3 big multi-specialty hospitals have come, and like there are like a lot of franchises also coming up in tier 3 city. It might be MedPlace, or it might be Apollo Pharmacy, or it might be any kind of pharmacy coming up. So you can go to them showcasing your talent. You can build a hospitals, you can build a pharmaceuticals, interior fit outs, like anything. Like nearby my hometown, it is called in Saidapur, where like 6,000 acres of land is given to a SEZ zone for pharmaceutical industries only. So like a lot of things are happening from healthcare sector, where we can cater services to them. Second thing is education. So education, like lot of schools and colleges have come. Like when we were studying, if you want to go to CBSE schools, like we have to go to tier 1 cities only. Now CBSE schools have come up in tier 2 or tier 3 towns, right? Where you can cater services to colleges, you can cater services to schools, you can cater to institutions. Like we have done around 2 to 3 projects for schools also. Right now we are doing a project for Montessori schools of education also, where they want unique kind of a structure. So like we have built around a structure where it looks like a honeycomb, not like a conventional kind of a building. So the structure is coming up in a honeycomb structure, where they wanted unique kind of a structure. So there, like your passion, your skill, your knowledge comes in the picture. Where any other contractor, any other civil engineer who are working from past 20 years, he cannot do a different structure, unconventional structure. So we are doing for them also. And next sector is a real estate sector. So like lot of things, people will think that okay, or it might be supervision. But like developing a land, you can become a developer, you can become a builder also. So like lot of developing happening from in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Like they are converting a land into developers layout. So like in 6 months you can easily earn 4 to 5 lakhs. Like if you develop a land around 1 acre of a land,
And 4 to 5 lakhs might not sound big in metro cities. But in a smaller city, 4 to 5 lakh is. So if I have to just give a number, I'm pretty sure 4 to 5 lakh in a city like yours, a town like yours, is equivalent to like 12-13 lakh in Bangalore.
Easily.
Because just the cost of living. Because we both come from tier 2 tier 3 cities, we know the cost of living in our towns is very small. Mine was a town, but now it has become a city. So now when I go back home, I see that my parents are living so cheap compared to what I'm spending in Bangalore. Right? And it is not like I'm having a great lifestyle here. It's the similar lifestyle, but just the difference in availability of resources locally very high. So let's slightly divert.
So like last one thing I wanted to speak about, like opportunity in the sense like mixed commercial for marriages. Like we are doing resorts like around 12 crores of projects and mixed commercial building. It might be like underground parking, ground floor for rentals. It might be supermarkets or any banks or something. So first floor lodges, second floor and third floor are a party hall and a dining hall, and the last floor will be a kitchen setup. Where these kind of buildings are coming up in tier 2, tier 3 city. Like a lot of projects are there. Like we have done past, like in 1 year we have done 3 big projects. Around one project it was around 8 crores. One project it was around 12 crores, and one more project is coming up there. It is coming around 6 crores. Mixed commercial for a wedding purpose. So this is a market like people doesn't know. Like when it comes to civil engineer, they will cater only for a 60-40 sites luxury villa. So I talked about healthcare, I talked about marriages, I talked about real estate, I talked about builders, and I talked about developers also. Like there are a lot of opportunity, so where you can cater your services and grow in industry.
I think this mixed commercial building, right? Before it was not looked as an advantage. The supermarket, first floor is a business school, second, third floor is a corporate hotel, and the last floor terrace is a kitchen and a restaurant. And most of the buildings in metros are like this.
But it was not in the tier 2 and tier 3 city.
Exactly the point.
Now in tier 2 and tier 3 city, mixed commercial is coming up.
Correct. Everyone wants something different. So the reason why I believe, with my observance, is a lot of these owners, right? They just don't want to build a building for the sake of it. They want to make it a landmark. And if you want to make some landmark, it has to have something mixed. It just can't be just 4 floors of a bank. Before if it was a 2-floor building, both floors were bank. So now they are looking at how would I make it a landmark. If I have to make it a landmark, let me add a restaurant. Let me add a rooftop restaurant. Basement parking. Then let me add a bank in between. Let me add some hotel in between. So a lot of these mixes are coming, which I think is good for the growth of the tier 2, tier 3 cities as well.
Like for example, I stay in Raichur.
Correct.
So pre-COVID, there were no Reliance Trends. Now there are 3 Reliance Trends. It might be the Reliance Smart Points, it might be Reliance Trends or anything. Pre-COVID, there were no Ramraj. Now there is Ramraj. There is a Mac showroom in clothing sector. So pre-COVID, there was no like much Mediplus or Apollo. Now there are like 5 to 6 Apollos, 5 to 6 Mediplaces, and this is health sector. And restaurant sector. Now there is biryani houses, and there is a all chain of sector. And if you take small shops also, like it might be franchise of Patil Katta or Chai Talab or Mr. T. A lot of things are coming up where you can cater services to them also.
Right. So tell me one thing. This is again slightly diverting from the main topic here. Let's say you are a local, for example, shop owner, clothing sector, right? Now, just like you told in Raichur, in the last 3 years, you have had Reliance brands, Max. So a lot of these big chains coming, which are pan-India chains, right? If you are someone who owns a local shop, are you threatened by it, or are you looking at it as an opportunity to compete?
Like as a part of construction or as a part of...
No, I'm just talking as a Raichur citizen. Citizen of a tier 2 city, right? So, just for people to understand this, are you looking at like, okay, bring it on, let's see the competition, because the market is going to grow? Or are you looking at, oh, now people will just go there? Right? So how do you look at it?
So like I'll give a live example from my city. there is a one supermarket in my city. Okay, so like it is a local supermarket.
Correct.
It caters services only to my town. It
Correct.
has two branches. One is in large size, one is in small size.
Correct.
Like a big brand, more has come up to my city. So within 6 months, it got shut.
More or the local?
More.
Ah.
Okay. And now Reliance Smart has come. Even though Reliance Smart has come, it is not making a revenue what this local marketer is doing. So yeah, in some cities, local market have exhausted. They have shut down. But it depends on what kind of market you have.
Correct.
So this local market guy, he knows the market. He knows where to go.
He knows people.
People.
From 20, 30
Yeah,
years.
20.
Correct,
Like
correct.
what I feel is trust.
Loyalty
Right.
and trust.
So this Reliance can give, and what differentiate them is credit. So Reliance will not give credit, and more will not give credit. Any FMCG will not give credit.
Correct.
So people wants credit. So like this guy gives a credit where it differentiate to compete with a more or a Reliance guy.
Yes, I do agree. See, sometimes what happens is when we see a bigger chain coming, right?
Yeah.
So normally the first instinct is
Yes.
you're scared of it.
Yeah.
Because you are thinking, okay, Reliance, the biggest in India, it's coming to my city, my town, hardly 3 lakh, 4 lakh population. So same happened with my city also, where there is a jeweler.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a third generation jewelry shop.
Yeah.
Okay. So right next in the 2-kilometer vicinity of that jewelry shop is Bima, Joyalukas, and Malabar.
Yeah.
The 3 biggest chains.
Yes.
Right? And yet, even today, the local families will go to the old one.
Yes.
Which
Exactly.
is the local one.
Exactly.
Because they know their family,
Yeah.
they've gone to their weddings.
Yeah.
It's a family friend now.
Yeah.
And the same thing which you told, like a credit system, right?
Yeah.
That credit, array, you pay me later, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll come to your house and take the bill.
Exactly.
All those things a Bima cannot do. Right?
So even Malabar was in my town. So like in my friend chain only, like around 10 people got married. None of them
Went to
purchased
the-
from Malabar.
It's always the trusted.
Yeah,
local.
like everyone, like it might be like they went to same jewelry shop where they used to purchase from past 5 to 10 years.
Correct.
Even though Malabar and big jewelry shop has come, like it is for a new market where like it might be
Anyone
around
from
small,
village who's coming into the city now.
Yeah.
Correct.
but it would be like small chain or small ring. But lot of marriage purchases will happen from a old vendor itself.
So again, sticking to this point, just to understand how the psychology of people in tier 1, tier 2, tier 2, tier 3 is. I think tier 2, tier 3 are way more loyal to the brand, even if it's not the biggest one.
Exactly.
In metros, we always look for better.
Yeah.
Because here there is a hunger to do, okay, I need the best, I need the best, I need the best. There it's more like I need the right one. It's not
Yeah.
about the best one.
Yeah.
I just need what is comfortable for me. Do you see the same in construction also? For example, let me give you a scenario, right?
Yes.
Let's say tomorrow a brigade or a Shobha or a Purvankara starts building in Raichur. As a competitor in terms of a builder or a developer,
Exactly.
would you look at it like now people will buy that flat over my flat?
Mhm.
Or would you look at it like people will still come to my flat over brigade? How do you look at it?
Like it depends on what kind of vendor or what kind of a builder versus Purvankara. So if a local builder like has spoiled his name like past from 5 to 6 years, definitely they will go for a brigade.
Brigade, correct.
If a local vendor has given a good quality where people has already known him from past 5 to 6 years about his quality, about his services, about his price, even though Purvankara comes, even though it gives a flat for less discount, due to that loyalty, due to that trust, they will take a local vendor. And in tier 2, tier 3 cities, it will be of majorly community based projects. Like it might be like friend chain, or it might be relatives chain, or it might be some business chain, where that would be like community based of projects, where it might be like definitely there will be a threat for local builders, but if you are giving a same quality, like slightly 5 to 10% higher than his price, definitely they will come to you only.
Correct. So I'll just talk about one example here. This is one of the biggest learnings I had when a local builder has beaten all the outsiders.
Yes.
Okay. I did my internship during Nikmat in a company called Bivaram Pannalal Kumawat Construction.
Yeah.
Now this name is very weird. I didn't know from Pune that there is actually a company like this. It is called BRPLK Constructions. People from the north might know, might not know. This is a company in Jaipur.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 of us were given the internship opportunity there. So the reason I went there was because it had a good name in Jaipur. It's a local company, been there for 30, 40 years. So when we went there, I thought, okay, they have some projects in city, right? To my surprise or shock, I asked them, like, how many projects do you have or what is your portfolio? They told they have completed 100 projects just in Jaipur. And I told, what about and Jaipur is 4 hours from Delhi, 3-4 hours from Delhi, right? So of course, Delhi builders have also come to Jaipur.
Yes.
And they told Delhi builders are not able to beat us. There is no chance.
Yes.
And BRPLK has not done any project outside Jaipur, at least by then, that time.
Understand.
They were doing the first project outside Jaipur for the first time after 100 projects. And their project sizes are very huge. 200 flats, 100 flats, 800 flats. So that is when I understood the core loyalty which is in the people of tier 2, tier 3. So if the local builder is giving, like you said, equivalent quality like a metro builder, they will still choose the local builder.
Yeah.
Yes, the Brigade brand name is better, Purvankara brand name is better. It's a landmark.
Yes.
But still to stay, they want a trusted builder.
Yeah.
Not someone who is from an outside city, right? This was one of the biggest learnings I had in terms of, and that was Jaipur, which is a big city itself. Yeah. Coming to even smaller cities, it's like you said, the loyalty is even higher.
Like I'll give a live example. There is a modular furniture Sleek has come up into Raichur.
Correct.
And I know one furniture guy, who is from past 10 years in the Raichur. Now the Sleek has come. Sleek has done very good projects in terms of quality or in terms of revenue and everything in Tier 1 city. So this local furniture guy has done around 10x more projects than Sleek, 10x more revenue than Sleek, and 10x ongoing projects than Sleek. Like Sleek has done around around 15 to I might be 10 to 15 projects per year. So even the Sleek has a very good name in Tier 1 city. So people will trust a local vendor only when it comes to new. It is not about a Reliance Mark. You buy 10 rupees chips packet. If I don't like it, I'll throw it off. In construction, it is a lifetime project.
They're using all their savings into
savings into that. So they will try around 10 to 15 vendors, 10 to 15 designers, 10 to 15 materials and everything. It is a one lifetime investment where trust factor is a more.
So with that in mind, with that discussion, I'll just try to ask a slightly different question, come back to this. So considering all this psychology of people in tier 2, tier 3 cities, what are the local needs of these people? What do they actually require? Let's talk about construction, right? What is it that they actually look for apart from just the building and structure?
Yeah. So what people look for is they want local vendors itself. Even though the vendors are more skilled, they don't want the other person to come into their town. They want that local feel kind of a feel. Why local kind of a feel? One is about language. They'll tell in local language, Aya, Gaudre, Saab, local. And this guy has seen him from many years. So and they have that fear that this guy will not run away from my town. Any XYZ person coming from other city, right? He might be doing or it might be not doing. We don't know what is his background. And in interiors, there will be 2 to 3 activities will be doing together. If you see a fall ceiling, HVAC should be completed, wiring should be completed, plastering should be completed, right? Everything should be completed. If a person who is available locally, right, he can come if a person is doing from other cities, right? So then people will choose a local vendor for this reason. Second reason is business transactions. You take regularly grocery from my Kirana shop, right? If this kirana shop guy want to build a business, so he will come to a cement dealer only. If you are a cement dealer, like I am a kirana shop. If I am building a house, so definitely like you had been coming to my kirana shop from past many years, I will take cement from you only.
Gratitude. It's like
Yeah, it is like exchange of gratitude.
Yes.
So that business transaction will be there in local needs. One is of labors, one is of materials. Like I'll take cement from you only. Like you have a brick factory. Like even though you tell AAC blocks, I'll tell no. I'll take red bricks from him only. Even though it is little costly or cheaper, because he was a loyal customer to my kirana shop from past 10 years.
Correct.
Yes.
Now let's talk more on Karnataka, because that is where we both are from and our businesses are in. What are the new trends that you are seeing in this state right now, especially in tier 2, tier 3 cities? Because metro is ahead.
Yeah.
We'll not talk about metro, everyone talks about metro. Let's talk about the bigger one, which is tier 2, tier 3. What are the new trends that you are seeing nowadays in Karnataka?
So in new trends, like as a like now information world, like people will search for internet. Like it might be Pinterest or it might be some XYZ software. They want that kind of interiors to build in that home only, right? So this is a new designing trends, new materials, and like as I said, like lot of unconventional kind of structure coming up. So there is a need of like marking or a surveying kind of a thing. So previously what used to happen, like it is all about threads, like tying a thread and marking. Now they are like clients want accurate kind of a measurement, like a higher quality of a measurement, where now we have started working markings from total station, where you get accurate with mm to mm accurate measurements for buildings. So it might be marking, or it might be new construction material, or it might be new designs also. These are trends what people need here. Like I said, mixed commercial kind of a buildings. Like people doesn't know. Like people know to build 5 floors, but people doesn't know how to build. What to do with that 5 building. This is a main thing. And one more major thing is a sustainability kind of a projects. Like when it comes to commercial, lot of sustainability is needed. Like we are doing a project with ISKCON, right? Where ISKCON forces lot of sustainability. We are doing vermicomposite, we are doing cow dung projects, we are doing farming, we are planning for hydroponics, we are planting trees also for this one, and landscaping. We are doing mud blocks from locally sourced maram only. So sustainability plays a lot of like awareness in tier 2 and tier 3 city. Like if you are a sustainability kind of person working with, like there is a huge opportunity for sustainability.
Now, one good thing is, yes, sustainability is taking part, which honestly speaking is a very good step.
Yeah.
Right? Because even if you go to the old villages, right?
Yes,
Villages were always sustainable.
Yes.
Cities were the problems.
Yes.
Right? So it is good that we are going back to sustainability. Now, in terms of few trending topics, trending concepts or trending technology, whatever it might be, right? One of the biggest talks of the town has been modular.
Yeah.
Everyone is getting into modular. There are people who are pro, there are people who are against it.
Yeah.
I'll put forward both. You tell me what is actually happening in the real world.
Yeah.
The pro is that yes, construction is getting faster.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of effort at the site. You can do it in the factory. You just have to assemble it.
Yes.
So if it is, let's say, a renovation project, or if it is something which in which the family is already staying in the house, then it's easier to do modular, because there is no drilling sound, there is no carpentry.
Exactly.
Right? The con of it is there is a limitation to customization.
Yeah.
Because it's a factory made.
Yes.
If I want a specific design, I might not be able to get it.
Yes.
Because the machine might not be able to do it, which a local carpenter would be.
Yeah.
Correct? So there are pros and cons both ways. Now, how do you see that market in tier 2, tier 3?
Like I'll talk about 2 things. One is pre-engineering buildings, PEB. Second thing is modular interiors, right? So like we do also interiors project. Like we have 2 services also. We do mix. We have modular factory outsource, and we have regular carpenters who do handmade in the projects. So like in tier 2, tier 3 city, like they ask for mix.
Correct.
It is not about modular, like they want fast construction, they want quality material, they want different designs, everything they want. So as a interior contractor, you should be flexible and customizable in tier 2 and tier 3 city, because client doesn't need like what you do. Client needs this design, that's it. It might be tier 1 or tier 3 to or tier 3, any city. So we have mixed kind of execution where like wardrobes and TV units we do modular, wardrobes and quads, and TV units and some entrance foyer and everything we do handmade. Yeah, this you can do customize also. Second thing, coming up to PEB buildings, like lot of factories and rice mills coming up into my city. Like it is a paddy grown area. Like lot of rice mills have come. Like initially, like past like 8 to 10 years, like people has to bring like iron columns, like steel columns, steel foundations, and steel truss and everything. Like they have to do in onset only. Now PEB has come. Like we have done projects for one of the rice mill where we have completed a project in 6 months only. Everything was pre-engineering building. Like now we know how to do drawings. Now we know how to execute. Like this is a factor where you need to explain to client. Like he was very happy. Like his rice mill got over in 6 months only.
Correct. So speaking about technology, right?
Yeah.
One is the one which has happened in the past.
Yeah.
What kind of technology adaptation
Yeah.
do you see in the future for tier 2, tier 3?
So what happened in the past in designing, if you see, like everyone used to do in 3ds Max or Revit or anything, like till now.
Okay.
So 2023 was a AI base of technology. Now 2024 will be AI and future will be AI.
Correct.
You no need to have a system like around 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakh kind of a laptop with you. Even though you have a basic laptop, you can do a designing through AI.
Correct.
Right, that is a designing difference what you see. And in kind of a buildings, as I said, now people are very much interested into unconventional kind of a structure than a conventional, like a 60-40 or a 40-60. So now you can use a parametric kind of designs. So till now it was a conventional car, now it will be unconventional. And till now, like as I said, the marking was through thread, lot of quality issues. Now we are in 2024, like we are now started with the total station marking, so that might be a difference. And now like a lot of facade is happening. Like if you see past 5 to 10 years, no facade. Like all the elevation.
Maximum was ACP.
Yeah.
Correct.
So now like now we have like integrated facade with 2 to 3 meter. It might be terracotta blocks, it might be ACP, or it might be glass facade, or it might be some stainless steel kind of a facade. It is a mixed kind of a facade.
Now, for any entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are a lot of listeners and watchers here who want to get into entrepreneurship in a smaller city or their hometowns.
Yeah.
Because one thing is, to start entrepreneurship, you need network.
Yeah.
Which will be there in your hometown because your parents will know a lot of local people.
Yes.
Apart from that, if you want to start in a smaller city, right, you need to be a part of that community.
Yes.
Correct. So how do you be a part? How can you start being a part of a community? Probably you can bring your own example. And in generally, what do you think so about it?
So like if you see a wedding marriages happening in tier 2, tier 3 cities, way bigger than tier 1 cities also. Like if you see in my marriages only, like around 2,000 people came.
Correct.
Like what it might not be in tier 1 city.
No, in metros 2,000 will never come.
Yeah. And like in 2,000 people, like if you forecast your like if you give around like your visiting card to 1,000 people, like if a 5% kind of people convert, that is a big opportunity for you. And in local there are a lot of gatherings, like it might be family gathering and everything. Yeah, puja here and there, some or other pujas or some or other
some
local utsavs and a fair and everything. So where word of mouth is very dominant in tier 2 and tier 3 city. Like we have tried digital marketing in tier 2, tier 3 city, but in tier 3 city digital marketing not working more. Like word of mouth, it will work. And it is small city, like if you have a good name, it will spread faster. And if you have a bad name, it will spread more faster. So you need to retain your goodwill, you need to retain your like trusted thing in everything.
And how do you collaborate with the local people?
So like so for
Because you will need those people.
yeah. So starting, like as you said, like as I said, designing cost they wanted for free.
Okay, yeah.
So like starting we have done projects where designing was free of cost. Now to that we have a good portfolio to showcase. That these are the things what I adapted, and for some of the projects it might be Goshala or it might be some temple projects. We are doing consultancy and designing for free of cost. Where if a temple, like for example, some people will think that I have spent around lakhs together for my engineering, like why I should give free designs. Boss, you don't have a portfolio to showcase, right? You don't have any like big brand also. So it is your initial days. So like one temple, what we have done is we have done consultancy free for them. We have done designing also free for them, right? As you know, like a temple opening, lot of people will come. It is like a fair where it happens 4 to 5 days. Like thousands of people will come to that temple. Like we have spent around 6 to 8 months, like free of designing cost and free of consultancy cost. Where like around 10 to 15,000 people have come to that temple for that opening. So generally, like in 10 to 15,000, if a 10% kind like people ask you, so who has done this project? Right. So like 1,500 to 2,000 people has asked who has done this project. In that only 5% convert to your projects. It's almost like around 500 projects. 5% is around 50 to 60 projects. In 50 to 60 projects, if you do only in that 5 to 10 projects per year, it is a big deal as an entrepreneur in a smaller city.
So how do you see the future? So this is the reality right now, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the future of entrepreneurship in these kind of cities?
So as I said, like there are a lot of developing already happening.
Correct. It's already fast.
It is how you showcase your talent, or how do you do market. That is the challenge what you feel.
And do you see a future where, like you said, AI, this kind of technology based, is being adapted in a smaller town also?
Yeah.
And how many years?
So it is not been adapting, it is started adapting.
It started now.
Yeah.
So in how many years do you think it will be like how it is right now in Bangalore, let's say?
Yeah, like I guess through this fast AI technology, in 2 to 3 years, everything would be of AI.
Now, see, when you talk about entrepreneurship, I believe, right? Of course, you need some kind of capital.
Yeah.
You need some money to start.
Yes.
Either your savings, your parents giving you money, or an investor ready to invest in your skills. And the second biggest thing, especially in the tier 2, based on what we have discussed, is knowing the local people.
Yeah.
Either you should know them personally, or through your family, or just know how they work.
Yes.
Correct, and that is easier because that is your hometown. You know about your own hometown, right? So based on that, the second thing you will get it if your family is having a good name in the city. The first thing is you have to have the portfolio, and if you don't have the portfolio, you should have the background or a skill set. Let's say, for example, when you went as a fresher, you had the credibility of a Nikmar or a Dayanand Sagar College, which not everyone might have. So when that is lacking, a lot of education or upskilling is required, right? Now you spoke about upskilling from reputed institutes and all those things. Now let me ask you a very simple question. How important is it for just BE civil engineering people to upskill before getting into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, like like I come from a NICMAR background where my education was premium, but not everyone can get into NICMAR. So and like definitely theoretical knowledge is important to start a project, but or design, but to execute theoretical. Apart from theoretical, you should have a site knowledge also.
Correct.
Like you can upskill your theoretical knowledge also. Like you started BIM course, right, in Ascent.
Correct.
So BIM, it might not be a feature in tier 2, tier 3 city now.
No, but probably like
probably
4 years,
into 2 to 3 years, BIM would be a very good opportunity in tier 2, tier 3 city. Like in my past 3 years, we had a inquiry of 2 to 3 projects where BIM was there. BIM was a requirement for that project, but somehow like we have managed without BIM only to construct that project. But it was a small scale project. Like in 2 to 3 years, BIM would be dominating in tier 2, tier 3 cities also.
So I think to solve that, like you told, theory and site knowledge, is why we started Ascent.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And you know it. We have a thing in Ascent where even our PGP, right, is a mixture where our students work from Monday to Saturday in a real project, and it's a proper paid job. And then on a Sunday they come here and they learn what to do next and how to do it better. Right. So by the end of it, they have the site experience as well as the theoretical knowledge, not from a lecturer but from an industry expert. Right. So all our faculties are probably managers, owners of companies, vice president, directors, senior engineers of big companies or entrepreneurs.
Like looking at your curriculum plan, I was very much appreciating your plans. Like as you said, like 3 to 4 days inside, getting a real site knowledge, and around like weekends in Ascent, where people will get to know theoretical knowledge.
Correct.
It is a very good platform where people can learn a lot of things from Ascent.
True.
I'm glad. I'm glad I was like Ascent was there when I was studying my college days. But somehow it was not there. Yeah. But
now we are collaborating in a different way.
Yes.
That's another thing.
Yes, like you can start contacting Ascent or Niyanth for more curriculum kind of things also.
Definitely. Now next, before I conclude, right? If someone has to, let's say, and we have spoken about this before and even now, it's very important to get a mentor. Right? A right mentor. Not like you said, like how we discussed, not from a YouTube or someone, but a real mentor whom you can call. Now, a lot of students that I know don't have a mentor. A lot of engineers also with experience, they don't have a mentor. They think their manager is the mentor, which ideally is not the case. Right? So let's say if someone wants to contact you for being a mentor, what would you, how would you contact? How can I get in contact with Mr. Harshavardhan?
So like I can share my number with you, so they can contact directly with me. Sometimes like if I don't pick also, I'll contact you later. And one more thing is like I have started a new channel called Build with Harsha also.
Correct.
Where we started promoting construction insights in that. You can follow that channel also. Or
Build with Harsha.
Build with Harsha.
Okay.
Or you can directly.
And this is on Instagram?
Yeah, it is on Instagram.
Great.
We started recently also. Like you can DM me in Instagram also.
Perfect. So yes. So before we close, what is your summary of, let's say, for someone who wants to start their construction career in a tier 2 city?
So in tier 2 city, like I'll speak about 3 people. Like the one who has just passed out.
Okay.
So the one who has just passed out, he'll be thinking that I am from a premium institute, so I don't want a site experience. Like whenever I go to interview, they should select me. It is not the case. Like I know many of the civil engineer comes for interview, they don't know the basics things. They don't know what is the standard size of a wall only. They don't know what is the standard size of reinforcement only.
They think the degree certificate is enough. Correct.
So upgrade your skills. It is not that what BTech tells you in 4 years. It is way more. Like a plan for 2 to 3 months internship also. This is for like as soon as the people who has graduated. And second thing is the one who has graduated like last year or 1 or 2 year, who has started like their business journey or entrepreneurship journey like around 6 months or 1 year. Like what I say is like don't run after money, run out of quality, run after skills that you upgrade, and you no need to invest lot of things.
Correct.
Like many of my friends only who have started their journey like 1 or 2 years back, 1 or 6 months back. Like what people think is I'll build a good showroom around like spending around 20 to 30 lakhs. Like people will come. You no need to build a showroom. You no need to build even offices also. Learn how to outsource. Learn how to market yourself. This is for people who has started their journey 6 months to 1 year. You no need to invest. Start getting a project.
Save that money.
Correct. Once you have a good project, then you build a studio. It is like many people will get a trap that I'll build around 30 to 40 lakhs of a studio, then I'll start
people
marketing.
Will be impressed.
Then I'll start marketing. No, that is not a case in tier 2 and tier 3 city.
You have to build projects. You have to get the projects.
Even though you have a 50 lakhs of showroom, they'll ask that like you have done any projects in this area.
Correct.
This is for second people. So third people who has already like been in this industry for 3 to 4 years. Guys, this is a information world where AI is coming up. So digital marketing is very essential for
Building a digital brand.
digital brand.
Correct.
So now you might be having around 15 to 20 projects. But if you are not digitally strong, or you don't have a setup of digital marketing, you will be exhausted in some 1 to 2 years.
All right. So that's 3 great insights, I would say, for all the budding entrepreneurs and experienced entrepreneurs in tier 2, tier 3 city. I hope all the listeners have been understanding what we are trying to say here. They're noting down the points which are important to them. And I'm pretty sure this podcast, this episode especially, will be helping a lot of engineers, a lot of professionals who are stuck or confused whether to get into entrepreneurship or not. So just see whether these skills, these kind of network, this kind of exposure is available. I'm pretty sure majority of tier 2, tier 3 cities across India has a potential like the cities that we spoke about here in Karnataka as well. So thank you for listening. Please follow Build with Harsha, follow his journey there, and you can get in contact with him if you want any kind of help or any kind of advice. You want him to be a mentor. I'm pretty sure he'll be very happy to help out the next generation of entrepreneurs also. And if you want to know more about upskilling in the industry, you can always contact Ascend. You're already in the video. You can just put a comment, or you can get into our DM as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening to this episode of Concrete Edtalks. See you in the next episode. Thank you, Mr. Harsha.
Thank you.